Today I'm here at Speed Sport Tuning, as I always am, and there's Porsches everywhere. It's very exciting. Today, this Porsche is a 964, and you guys are gonna say, oh yeah, Larry's got a 964. He's pretty passionate about them. Then there's 964 turbos. Ridiculous cars, off the charts. They're going insane in terms of prices. Then there's the Turbo S, like this one here. This one happens to be ungodly expensive, and they were originally selling for $275,000 back in 1994, which is what this one is. They've more than almost about doubled that cost now, believe it or not. So these things are extremely rare. Why? Because they only made 84 of them, from what I understand, and I've never seen one in real life, so it's pretty cool. Having said that, the paint is atrocious. Really bad. The other thing is the paint is very soft. So we're going to talk about a few things that took place this weekend at Mobile Tech Expo, and of course over time. The guys in the background are racing cars around the shop, little miniature things, if you can hear it back there. It's getting late. So I've done the entire car except this section, and I wanted to talk to you about. So today we're going to be talking about something very specific, which is arm speed, how fast you move your arm. And I think when I watch a lot of people polish their car, they move their polisher way too fast. And you know, something you need to think about is the faster you move your polisher, the less abrasive, less aggressive you are on the paint. Does that make sense? So if you move your hand faster, you're actually becoming less aggressive. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, something else I wanted to talk about was, the big thing I was thinking about when I had my headphones on doing this car is customers need to understand. So a lot of you pros out there, customers need to understand, and it's your job to make sure that they understand what goes on here. It is a long process. So if you're doing at minimum a two-step, I'm on 6.5 hours or so, and I've been doing it forever, so I think I'm on the faster side of things. But basically, a full detail, I'm not talking about 100%. This is not 100% detail. That's a 2-week detail, 100 hours. I'm talking about a solid job where it looks amazing, where most people, except maybe you and I, like crazy detailers, we can get a light in there and go, oh, you could have gone a little more, we could have wet sanded. I'm not wet sanding this at all. So bear in mind that this is going to be 4 to 6 hours. I'm at 6.5 right now. And the customer needs to understand it. This is a slow, long process that needs to take, you need to have patience. So if you're a guy at home doing it in your driveway, you got to allocate some time. If you're someone who's like, you know what, I don't want to do that, I want to hire a detailer, make sure you understand that these guys, a good detailer is just not going to willy-nilly do this in an hour and a half and charge you $250 or whatever. This is a lot of work, especially in a car that's $500,000. It takes some time. So I'm going to pull the camera in and I'll show you. I don't really like to put tape anymore for 50/50s because when you're polishing and you get the pad on the piece of tape, you actually pick up that tape. Kevin Brown talked about it in the latest episode. Oh, by the way, season 3 of Drive Clean is out, so check it out. And there's a lot of good polishing techniques from Kevin Brown, so that should be cool. Anyways, let me pull the camera in and I'll show you how bad this paint is. All right guys, let's talk about arm speed. Now, this entire panel right here is pretty gross. The rest of the car is good, but I left this just to do this little tutorial here. I'm gonna polish or compound this side and then leave it, and I'll show the camera and I'll show 50/50. Again, I'm not gonna put a piece of tape because I don't feel like messing with the junk. So I'm gonna use Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad. And obviously, use any products that you're comfortable with. Use a compound. In this case, Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad is, me, the way to go. So look at my arm speed, and I'll show you. I'll first start off with the wrong way, and then I'll do the right way in terms of time. So count in your head how long I'm going back and forth. Because one of the things that you want to think about is the worse the panel is, the smaller you want to bring your work section in. So you don't want to go all the way to here, all the way to here. Look at these monkey arms. That's what everybody calls me. I can go half the car, especially a Porsche. So it doesn't make any sense. My point of what I'm saying is when the paint is bad, when the paint is soft, you want to keep that area very, very small. So this is something you think about. So here's the first way. So this would be too fast right now. Right, now this is medium, still too fast. Now because it's so bad, this is the speed that I would use, and I think Jason Rose and Kevin Brown would use. And notice my working area is smaller than the 2x2 because the paint is so bad. Now I'm letting this run, meaning the camera, just to show you the actual speed. I'm putting some pretty good pressure too. So that's the point I was trying to make before. People don't realize that it takes forever to do these cars right. And so when you're talking to your customer, it's wildly important. I mean, I'm not trying to promote my own videos, but you should show them a video like this and be like, hey, I'm going to do the same thing that Larry did to your car. See how long this stuff takes? It's always difficult to do this behind the camera and hold it at the same time, but you can see the scratches here, hopefully. All right, let me grab my pen, the light. All right, you can see the scratches, scratches, scratches. Now when you come over to here, where is she? Right around here. See, they're more uniform. See the swirls and kind of the uniform. That's good. That's what you want. Now that looks like, I'm not really sure how this is going to look, once I edit this, but in person it's very white looking. So I'm trying to hold the light back a little bit so it shows more white. See, it's kind of white. And then when we get over to here, it's like, it's like totally different. Those are actual, that's love marks to the extreme. Those are really bad. So you want it to look like this. See, it's uniform. So in there, you don't see any deep gouges like you do over here because we got them out. We got them out with that. So I just want you to feel comfortable because, I shoot these videos because of a lot of emails that I get, and I say, hey, you know what? Let me shoot a video and get it up there and live on the internet forever. So, keep firing questions out, and I'm always happy to help. So that's step number one and how it should look afterwards. So now I'm going to polish this section and then show you the, the 50/50. Okay, so next we're going to polish. I have the Roops white pad on. Why? The only reason why I have it on is because it worked for some reason. And normally it does work. I didn't mean to imply it doesn't work, but a lot of times I would tend to think I would use something else, maybe like the yellow Roops pad with my special spray, which we'll talk about that too, the mixture of polish and water, and it works great. But for some reason, it's coming out the way that I like it with this. And the reason I found that out is, of course, a test. And I tested it on the other side of the car 6 hours ago. So, we've talked about that a few times. So the next thing is to remove the polish that I just put on there and worked it in. I'll get behind the camera and show you the difference. And this is only after a few minutes, a few steps here. So I'm going to grab you out. Okay, you can almost see it from here. Let me focus that. And you can see it from here. See kind of the line? Again, I didn't put a piece of tape. Let me grab a little pen. Right, so not so bad. I probably need to polish that a little bit more, but you get the idea. Let's see if we can focus better. And then to here, it's like, woo, totally swirled up. So the entire car looked like this 6 hours ago, and then so I wanted to show you exactly what I did. I'll probably do one more little finer polish on this. See, it's got a little bit of a swirl kind of thing going on there. So I need to spend a touch more time, but for all intents and purposes, you can see the difference. So again, let's recap, and I'll put you back on here. Yay, ride-along videos. They're not the drive clean videos. Okay, so let's talk again. Recap, arm speed. Slow your arm speed down overall. If you have lots and lots of scratches like this one, you want to slow your arm speed, plus you want to decrease the size that you're working on, which by default is going to make the car, make the process much longer than you'd like it to be. And if that is the case, you need to get professionals out there. You need to get paid for that. So make sure you speak to the customer and let them know, hey, it's going to be a lot longer because it's in this condition. That's why I don't really quote prices over the phone. I almost never do that. Or quote them high, and you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I don't know if I believe in that philosophy. You know, in business, you know, you should be profitable every time. So anyways, we got a lot more to talk about. I'm fading fast here, but I did want to show you this car because I didn't bring you along with this experience because it was pretty cool. This is a chance of a lifetime. Again, 383 horsepower or something in 1994. This was basically an experiment from Porsche, you know, engineering experiment, and you know, they only produced 84 or 100 or whatever it was. Very, very few of these, and so I find on a lot of specialty cars like this, you know, I do a lot of cars, there's only 25 or 100 or whatever, the paint seems to be overall much softer after testing it, much like this one here. So make sure you blow out those pads after every single, you know, little session, let's call them. Shrink the area and slow your arm speed down. Of course, if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email at larry@ammonyc.com. I am very excited. My car is over there. Actually, I'm going to pick this up. This is going to be ongoing behind the scenes. I'm going to show you my car right now. It's really filthy, so don't judge me, but I want to show you the lip that I put. We did a bunch of things, but one visual thing was I put a front spoiler on. Oh my gosh, I think it looks so cool. It reminds me of this one, so I'll show you this one. See, now I'm getting excited. I'll show you this one. This is what inspired me. This car has been here for a while getting some engine work, and it has a front spoiler, and I wanted the same front spoiler because it looks so cool. So here we go. Check this out. Okay, so here's the car, and this is only after the second step. I haven't put any wax or anything on there. But do you see that little spoiler there, the little lip? It just looks BA, you know what I mean? Look at that. So cool. So anyways, and the paint, you know, remember what it was? It was just, believe me, it was totally messed up. So I've done this whole side already, and then I need to, you know, seal it up or whatever. But here's my car. So again, Porsche heaven, because we're at Speed Sport. And we're putting a Wang chip in it so the car doesn't run right now because it's got no ECU. But remember the front of my car? Yes, don't judge me, it's all dirty, they left it outside. Look at the lip on that now. What do you guys think? I hope you like it because I totally dig it. Gives me that, I don't know, more race car-y feel. Look at that. I love my car. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that was semi-helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions, but I'll shoot some more videos coming up soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.